Today are two more of our downtown neighbors from the Jackson County Chamber of Commerce, President and CEO Ryan Tarrant, and Event and Community Affairs Director Tim Booth. Happy New Year, guys.
Happy New Year. Thanks for having us.
Thanks.
Mark, great to be with you.
Yeah, great to have you here.
Thank
And
you.
it's just a few months into your reign at the Chamber and Experience Jackson. How's it going, Ryan?
It's been going really well, actually. We've been here about 4 months now, and I'd call it a tenure more than a reign, but I hope Tim would disagree with you too.
Well, I was very heartened when you first were hired to hear that you bought a house right here in Jackson right off the bat. I admire that commitment, and I think that says a lot that you're going to be serious about this job in this community.
Absolutely. It was we felt like we got a little bit lucky because the market was pretty hot when we bought in the summer. So really thrilled. Love the house, love the neighborhood, love the community.
And for Tim Booth, it's the most wonderful time of the year.
It is event time. We've got a lot going on in January. It's probably our biggest 30 to 45 days in the whole calendar year with what's coming up. We're going to kick things off next Friday, believe it or not, a week from tomorrow, with the MLK Diversity Celebration. Again, it's one of our most prestigious, and I think without question, it certainly is our biggest event and most worthwhile and meaningful event, what we do down there on the 12th, next Friday.
It always attracts a large audience, and I know in the past you've had to, well, you've sold it out.
Yeah, and there's every indication that that's going to be the same this year. I mean, it's just got such a great tradition. AARP's been our sponsor, and they've really put a lot of energy and faithfulness into that event. So there's no reason to think that it's not going to be the same. And we've really got some special things for this year. We're going to continue the momentum of what we've had over the last few years. We've got Aiden Sova. This young man is brilliant. Don't let his youth influence anything other than he's amazing beyond his years. I can't wait to hear his remarks.
I think he's going to be one of those guys that years from now we're going to say, hey, we knew this guy when. I think he's got some big things in his future.
Yeah, I think that's absolutely right. He served on the governor's Growing Machine Together Council. I think he may have been the youngest individual on that council. So it's really impressive, and I don't want to call any of the three of us old, but just when you think you're doing pretty well for yourself and you sort of start to feel that way, somebody comes along and you look at them and you're really impressed and you think, man, I should try a little bit harder.
Yeah.
Aiden's that sort of person, and so we're really thrilled to have him back here in Jackson as a Jackson native to be able to share his story and about our community. So,
yeah, best of all, he's a Jackson product.
That's right. We talked about me being new to the community. I mean, the diversity in Jackson is one of the things that actually attracted me to the job and to the role. It's one of the big things that younger people are looking at as they look, where they want to be, where they want to live, and grow a family, and diversity is a key part of that now. So, I think we're well positioned, and I think, having our 22nd annual MLK celebration is a great way to kick off the new year.
And the tickets are available right now, and you probably want people to make a commitment by a certain time so you can tell your caterer.
I would have a sense of urgency. If anyone is interested, be it an individual or an organization that wants to take advantage and have a table there, I would have a sense of urgency to make that decision and contact us either by phone or check us out on the email, but we'd be happy to do that. But yes, I agree with you.
And this will be Ryan's first MLK celebration. And before you joined us today, we were watching Paula Cunningham in an AARP spot. And have you had a chance to meet Paula?
I haven't. I think we're going to have a meal together next week.
Nice.
So
she's presenting sponsor along with several other sponsors again this year.
Yeah, along with Blue Ox and U.S. Staffing. Yeah, so I'm looking forward to hearing from her and having a chance to spend some time with her.
Nice. All right. We'll make plans. Everyone's welcome. It's always a great time. And then your second big event, right on the heels of...
Yes, and we're going to start February, bang, bang, right back to back with another premier event. Chambers Night of Distinction is going to be February 1st, where we honor 6, 7 deserving community leaders with our chamber awards. So that's a big part of what the Night of Distinction is. Just a celebration of those folks and what's happened in the community. This year it's going to be a little bit different. You know, I think we all share in the excitement and enthusiasm of what Steve and the others are going to have down there at the Michigan Theater. That's going to be great next year. But this year, because of the construction, we're going to have to do something a little different. But you have our word that it's going to be unique. It's going to be exciting. It's going to honor these people in an appropriate way. And it's going to be a fun time. And it's going to be down at the Commonwealth Commerce Center this year. And we've got some special things planned. All of the awards are going to be presented that night in a video format. So it's going to be a new look to it, but we're going to take the opportunity to rebrand it for this one year and create something really, really special. So we're looking forward to what's going to happen on the 1st.
And we won't know who the winners are until that night?
That's correct. That's correct. So we're nearing the end of the process of the nomination process and then the selection process. So we're nearing the end of that. We'll know pretty soon because there's some operational things that happen, in preparation for the event. But I can tell you that it's a very solid group of candidates for each of the 6 awards.
Nice. Yeah, it's like our Academy Awards, Ryan. It's like,
Tim plays things so close to the vest. I don't even know who the winners are yet. So.
Mm-hmm.
Well, good job, because that is what makes the evening even more fun when it's a surprise to everyone. Yeah, like the Academy Awards.
Yes. Yeah. I think that element of suspense and excitement. You're right, Bart. I appreciate you saying that. That does add to the fun and excitement and energy of the night.
It does. All right, we'll look forward to seeing everyone at the Night of Distinction. And this too will be sold out before that day arrives, and people need to get their tickets now.
Again, I wouldn't delay. Go ahead and make your arrangements. Contact anyone at the chamber. Go online because it's going to be another successful event.
Great. All right. Well, Ryan, what kind of year are we going to have here in the Jackson community and economy?
Well, I think 2024 is going to be a really exciting year, especially for the Chamber of Commerce. We mentioned I've been here for 4 months, and over that 4 months, our board and our team have gotten together and put together a new strategic plan to help sort of guide our work for the next 3, 4, 5 years and what it is that we're going to be doing. And really what's come out of that is kind of 3 key objectives or pillars, if you will. Really it concentrates on our members and the businesses and organizations in the community. Everything we do at the chamber starts and ends with them. We're as strong as the members that we represent. So, the things that people have come to expect of, the great events that Tim's talked about, the MLK celebration, the Night of Distinction. I happen to be here and be able to attend JAXPO this year, which was a phenomenal event. Those types of opportunities are still going to exist for that networking, that education, that professional development for our members, but also making sure that, when you sort of expand that scope and look at the community as a whole, what are the community needs? Are we an aging community? Do we need more in the workforce and talent sectors and those types of things? And how, as a Chamber of Commerce, can we galvanize not just the business community, but other partners and convene those partners to really have an impact and move the community forward. And then the third pillar is advocacy. A Chamber of Commerce needs to have a strong advocacy arm, make sure that, Jackson County is good for business and startups, and what does that business climate look like? And so I think you'll see us working to protect that business climate and ease of doing business going forward, working with our elected officials and others. And those are really the 3 key pillars that we're working on putting together as we go forward into the new year. So it's going to be an exciting year.
Well, I know growth, that's part of, as you said, what you want to do with the chamber. And really, it's a unique time in Jackson with new leadership at the chamber and Experience Jackson, We're going to see new leadership at the Enterprise Group. The Anchor Initiative is mulling some big changes for this year. We've got opportunities with some new blood in Jackson. And how do you see, you and your relationship with organizations like that working forward and together?
I always look at things and try to not step on other people's toes, right? I mean, you want to work together, you want to support one another. You mentioned the Enterprise Group, Anchor Initiative. I mean, Enterprise Group especially has a very specific lane in economic development. The Chamber wants to be here to support them and what it is that they're doing, and how do we become good partners with them, and vice versa. I mean, I've already exchanged emails with their new CEO. When he gets into town, we're planning to sit down and kind of put our heads together to see, what it is we can work on together and how we can improve the business climate, for everybody.
And Tim, being the Event and Community Affairs Director, I know you're very busy with these two first of the year events, but what do you see member participation looking like in 2024?
Well, I think with the focus and the strategic development plan that the board and we have put together, I think that's going to do nothing but help us with our membership. Not only the quantity, but the engagement of our members, the contributions that we're going to make to them. So I don't think there's any reason to not look forward to what's in store for 2024, particularly with all the back end work that's been done in the last 4 months and then upcoming. It's really going to be a solid plan put into place, not only for events, like he says, the advocacy part. I think we're going to be a much louder and more significant and sought after voice for those sorts of things. So I think there's a legitimate reason to be excited for the community and what the Chamber is going to mean in it.
Yeah, with advocacy in particular, Ryan, your past roles, Business Leaders for Michigan, on some congressional staffs and in Lansing, a lot of connections made. Are you seeing ways that you're going to be able to capitalize on your past relationships?
Well, that's always the hope. That you can bring some of those folks in, to be speakers. Tim and I have had some of those conversations. As we need them, there's some interesting content there, I think, for our members to hear and to build an event around. But really, I think it's trying to figure out how do we get things done for Jackson County, and how do we benefit Jackson County, in the grand scheme of things. Especially when you're talking at that state and federal level, and what are the opportunities that are there. I look around and, you look at Jackson and the 100 Homes program. When ARPA came out, and I had the, I don't know if it was the good fortune or not, but to work on some different ARPA projects over the last few years in various places. And I think that 100 Homes program that they put together with $2.5 million to build 100 homes and contribute $25,000 toward the down payment. I mean, that's got to be one of the most transformational programs I've seen or heard of with ARPA dollars, and couldn't be more impressed with it. And so how do we try and build on that? And is that an opportunity for us to utilize as a talent attraction and retention piece for the Jackson community?
I think the good news is the state, and 100% the state is behind the need for creating housing, not just here, but really statewide.
Oh, statewide, and I think having those programs in place on your own as a local community is something that is really critically important, because now you've got a turnkey program that has a history of success, and it becomes easier then to go and advocate for additional future funding from other sources to continue that.
All right, sounds like you guys are bullish on 2024 here in Jackson.
Got our hands full for sure.
Well, look forward to seeing you both at the next two big events, the MLK celebration and the Night of Distinction. And you've got all the details at the Chamber, and people just need to get their tickets.
Please do.
Great to see you both. Thanks for coming over.
Thanks, Bart.
Appreciate it.
You bet. President and CEO Ryan Tarrant and Events and Community Affairs Director Tim Booth at the Jackson County Chamber of Commerce.